So, Tory ministers have announced to clamp down on benefits even further, and this time they're going after those who are too sick to work. Claiming benefits because of being deemed too sick to work is going to be made significantly harder under plans to be announced by the government next week. Ministers will reveal that they want to reform work capability assessments, which determine whether someone is fit enough for employment. The plans will attempt to cut the 2.4 million people who receive sickness benefits but are given no support to get them back into work because of their health. Now, the plan to cut off 2.4 million people off welfare is pretty monstrous, and the claim that they're just trying to get them back into work is false. This will probably lead to hundreds of thousands of deaths. Another will explore whether people deemed incapable to work because of mental health conditions could be given the support of work coaches to see whether some form of job could suit their situation. Now, if you're too sick to work due to mental health issues, there's not a lot of options when it comes to work to improve it. Having a mental health crisis requires support, not just shifting you onto another job you don't want to do. That will just make it worse. The Tories here are engaging in more social murder. We currently have a welfare state that is completely unfit for people. This is going to make it far, far worse. People will die from this new wave of attack on benefits. There's a mismatch between the number of job vacancies and the number of people out of work. According to the House of Commons Library, 1.44 million people aged 16 plus were unemployed. Yet the Office for National Statistics say there are 1,124,000 job vacancies between December 2022 to February 2023. There are literally no jobs out there. Trust me, as someone who's lived in big cities like Leeds and Bristol, I've struggled to find work when I was between jobs. In fact, I can't remember the last time I got a job based on an application rather than because I knew someone. That is pretty common. Oh, and by the way, the jobs I'm talking about, the ones I've done in the past, are minimum wage, retail, or hospitality jobs. So don't come at me with the nepotism thing. But if we put aside those who are sick, those who have a disability, people need universal credit because there is nothing out there. And when there is, it's minimum wage, part-time, 0 hours, long commute, etc. Now, when we look at people who have a disability, our benefit system is killing them. In the previous decade, thousands of people have died after the DWP said they were fit for work, in some cases, taking their own lives. A series of suicides between 2014 and 2019 were linked to the failure of DWP staff to follow basic rules that had been introduced in 2009. We know categorically that the DWP are declaring people fit for work when they're not, and what happens? They die. Yet, despite all of this, the Tories now want to kick even more sick people off welfare to the tune of 2.4 million. This is psychotic. Our Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is a billionaire. He's dodged taxes and has allowed himself to get even richer through being PM, and now his government wants to attack those who are struggling the most. It's fucking disgusting. Our welfare, despite the claim that we're generous, is complete crap. We actually have the lowest in Europe. Analysis of official OECD data by the Scottish National Party revealed the UK has the worst safety net for the unemployed, lagging far behind its European counterparts. After 2 months of joblessness, the UK provides its citizens support worth 17% of their previous in-work income, compared to 90% in Belgium. The UK replacement rate is substantially lower than every other northwestern European country, including Luxembourg 85%, Norway 78%, Denmark 78%, Iceland 75%, Switzerland 74%, Sweden 72%, the Netherlands 69%, France 66%, Germany 66%, Finland 57%, Austria 57%, and Ireland 54%. The level of benefits in this country is disgustingly low, and it also dispels this notion that refugees are coming to the UK because of our benefits. You know how when some people say, oh, why don't they stay in Calais? Why do they come to the UK? Obviously, it's because of our handouts. 17%. 17%. And as you just saw, France gives 66% in benefits in relation to people's income. There are many reasons why refugees would rather settle in the UK than France. Maybe because their families are here. Even though I think that the UK is increasingly becoming intolerant when it comes to Islamophobia, France are far worse. So I don't think it's a stretch to say that if you're a Muslim refugee, you might want to be here rather than France. What we can say categorically is that it has nothing to do with benefits. So where's our priorities? Right now, we have more billionaires than ever. We have mass tax dodging from those who can afford it. Wages in this country are pathetic. Our nation is being looted by the mega rich. There's no benefit culture. What we do have is a culture of hating poor people, and our policies reflect that. In the last 13 years, the Tories socially murdered 330,000 people with austerity. And it shows that they are not stopping the killings anytime soon.